Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Telus ESports series. I am Leaf, and alongside me is Dude with the Nose. We got 2 matches down already. We're moving on to our next 2 in a few moments here. Of course, I want to give a shout out to everyone making this possible, whether it's you guys watching or the production behind the scene, or our beautiful sponsors, Jinx, Best Buy, Adamus, Turtle Beach, and of course, Northern Arena powering the entire thing. So, dude, we have a casual match coming our way now.
We do, and interestingly enough, same seeds as the match we just watched. Coastal, 2nd seed in their group against 4th seed in their group with Dumpy Chubs.
Dumpy Chubs. I am cheering for Dumpy Chubs strictly because of their name.
That's a beautiful name.
I'm sorry, Coastal, but Dumpy Chubs.
Can't beat that name.
Yeah, I can't. And so just so people know, again, the difference, we do have a competitive and a casual tournament going on right now. Each of those have their own groups going on. So in the competitive side here, they're fighting for a different set of prizes that's away from the competitive prize pool and prizing right now. But they also have, of course, different teams and a bit of a rank difference. I think they cut off around Diamond for the competitive, I think it was. Like you had to be above it or something, or the casual had to be Diamond or below or something, or I don't know exactly. But it's not the same kind of matchup we just saw from here. So it's going to be a chance for these teams down casual to have fun. And we've seen that the last few weeks. Teams were here to have fun, be on camera for a bit, have their matches broadcast. And that in itself feels fun. I know I used to love that too. Even now, it's like, I love just getting a tournament where I don't care if I'm missing the ball over the place. I just want to hear the caster say my name a few times. Talk trash about me. I want to hear, I just want to hear my name.
Oh my goodness. When there were so many weeklies going on back in like 2016, 2017, I would just waste my entire night playing the tournament and watching back the VOD to hear my name. Every instance of my name being said. Get that dopamine hit.
Don't worry, guys, don't feel ashamed about it. We all do it.
Yeah.
It is something. Yeah, and then when you turn in and it's us casting and we're just talking trash about you the whole time. That's what we had to do. And now we do it again with you here beside me. But it's fun. It's definitely fun for these teams. Again, Coastal and Dumpy Chubs, they're going to go out there, have fun. As you said, they're the best right now in their group of the casual bracket right now, or the groups right now. So maybe there's a little bit of like a spark of competitiveness that might start coming their way, because once it does get down to the wire and you realize, hey, I'm actually doing good, maybe I'll try a little bit. And you start having again that spark, and that's what we hope, is that these teams and these players get a bit of that fire lit under them that maybe drives them a little bit further to start competing in some of the more intense competitive matches.
Yeah, and I mean, as we mentioned, casual leaderboard or not, there is still prizing in the line here. So as we jump into game 1, these players, they're not going to take this too lightly. They're just not going to be playing against supersonic legends.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing that all these players would hope to avoid, because it's actually incredible how big the skill gap between even one rank to the next really is in Rocket League. So you add multiple ranks, it gets to the point where you get one guy from 2 ranks up can probably take on 3 from 2 ranks down. So it would be very unmatched, but closer is better. And we have teams again in those top placements right now in their groups facing off. So we're expecting a close match even in this competitive or casual series.
We're seeing a bit of back and forth here. Coastal seem to be a little comfortable with the aerial game so far. Obviously, they're not putting in double taps, but still, they're getting up in the air early. They're making use of what they can in terms of boost. You know, a lot of lower ranked teams, it tends to be a very grounded game and just hoping for the opponents to make a mistake, but that doesn't seem to be the case so far with Coastal Esports.
And I like to play the rank guess game, but sometimes it takes me a little bit. I'm actually floating around plat to champ, because some of the decisions being made, I'm like, I see this in champ games, but then some of the misses I see, I'm like, I see this in plat games. So
I see them in champ games too.
Yeah, right. So like, if you guys are below champ, take that as a bit of a compliment. But there are definitely still some mistakes coming out, and a bit too much pressure for Coastal. Dumpy, they get that first goal. We're still looking at best of 3s. This is still time, and there's one of those plat things I'm talking about. You have a lack of air roll being thrown into the recovery on the ground, or maybe the player's controller disconnected. But that's something, those little mechanics that just become muscle memory later on. That's stuff that's important to start looking at around this rank, because those are going to start to be the difference makers if you want to start pushing a bit further. But it's casual. These guys are here to have fun.
Yeah, you hear that? Corrupted G, use air roll.
even Ferris started using air roll, okay?
Yeah. Gotta do it at some point, man.
He's not even here. He's calling out Gabe.
Poor Gabe. I'm sorry.
Clip and send. But yeah, no, this is again something that we're seeing. It's I find it's always the one or the opposite around that mid to upper plat range to diamond. Even is you start having players that either focus super strong on mechanics or super strong on positioning, and it's never both. So you'll see players that are going for flip resets in diamond even,
yeah,
but they go for them at the wrong times, or they don't always complete them, right? Then you have players that play super smart and are great at getting, possession of the ball, but their offense lacks because it's not threatening, because they don't have the mechanics. So it tends to be one or the other, and this is where that tightening up and realization that you need to start having both of those skill sets to move a bit forward becomes crucial. Otherwise, you'll get stuck in a loop here of like, well, I have great mechanics, I can flip reset. My teammates can't flip reset, or they can't ceiling shot. Yeah, but that's not everything.
Yeah, and I feel like something that always gets missed in this conversation of mechanics versus kind of game plan or game IQ is that both of those aspects have to evolve at the same time. You can't be adopting NRG's game style when you have silver mechanics. It's just not going to work. You have to evolve both aspects of the game at the same time. Otherwise, there's just going to be a big mismatch, and you're going to leave so many gaps in your game.
Hey, that was a good control there from Brisk, but again, you see it's always that completion of the mechanic. It was good recognition to trap the ball, bring it to the side, and it kept them in the offense. In all honesty, even if he didn't finish it up himself, at least to see. But that back, I don't know if he tried for that back pass, but Brisk seems to know his ground game right now. So yeah. I'll give it to him.
Intentional or not, that went right to their teammate who's waiting in a good position. Whether that's their teammate's touch or an attempted clear, it doesn't matter. The third person back is gonna be ready to put that on net, and that is great positioning.
What I will say, dude, I have to say, even demo play, look at this.
Yeah.
Heads up. I will have to say that anybody below SSL and GC have way better car designs.
I can't disagree. My cars have always looked awful. Oh, good shot.
I literally have like a plain decal and then OEMs. That's like all I ever use.
Dude, I've been rocking Cristiano and Heatwave since like 2016. It hasn't changed at all.
I love it. Yeah, but I've seen a few of these guys. I mean, Adams. I want to say Adam, but I like
think it's Adam.
Part. Yeah, I'm calling him Adum. Because it's like Doom, he's gonna bring destruction. Oh, that's good. There was someone on, production's about to pull out their shotgun right now. They're going rip and tearing. We have Dumpy Chubs. Someone on Dumpy Chubs. Who was it here? Oh yeah, Acid. Look at the wood finish on this guy. That's a great looking car. I think it was. Oh, maybe it was on the other car. No, it wasn't Acid. Who was it? No, there it is. Triple. Oh, that wood finish is clean. I gotta give it to Triple.
I do like the blue accents in that as well. It really pops with that.
Wavepunk would be loving it right now. I think there's a few good. Brisk too, like Brisk cars.
Yeah, these are some pretty sick cars.
I gotta give you guys credit right now. And Dumpy Chubs, my favorites, are there to take the first win in this game number 1 of our casual match of the day here. As they'll go into game 2, and we'll see if their opponents can pull it together, because right now Coastal kept it close. It was 2-1, right? It wasn't far off, and I think both teams, in all honesty, are close. I we saw both make some mistakes, but both do some fun plays. You even look at that doink pass from Brisk that started even a moment before with a trap and a dribble to the wall. Then he missed it, but then he came back and made sure to do something with it. So I do think, I think Coastal has some brains to them right now that they can help use against Dumpy Chubs here.
Yeah, I think for Coastal, it's just about getting everyone kind of involved. I think one of them sitting down at around 100 points. Ideally, they get a little bit more involved on offense. I don't know if they were playing the Gibbs game sitting back. We do often see a bit of that, which is unfortunate. You know, you just can't get involved, and as a result, you're giving up so much pressure when you don't need to. So I want to see all three people getting involved, getting shots on net at the very least. Just force the defense to use their boost to make a save. If you're sitting back all game, you're just conceding field possession.
Yeah, no, but again, I think this is something that will come over time. For these players right now,
of course,
it's having those close matches, being able to work with a team, seeing how fun it is to stick with a team. I hope they're having fun. I've definitely seen some environments that are not so fun, but hopefully all these guys are having fun, especially in the casual groups here. But that's the important thing for tournaments like this, is being able to have the ability to have a structure and play with I almost strictly play in-game tournaments now, because at least for a few games I have the same teammates over and over again, and to me that's a better way to learn, is because the team can work together. Less so obviously without comms, but it's still better than solo queue ranked all the time, right? It's better having that consistency, and that's what this is giving these players, is the ability to work with each other, adjust, and change their plan.
Yeah, I think something I heard in CS that I think applies across every game is that how can you ever expect consistency in yourself when your teammates are always changing, your opponents are always changing, you know, the entire game is always changing. Unless you're on a team, how can you expect to get consistently better when everything around you is a variable?
I mean, because here's the thing, there's different ways to play. Rocket League, you know, there's different play styles. So if you're every game, again, you find two teammates that play this way, now you have to play this position, or they're playing, you know, defensively, now you have to play a little more offensively. Like, yeah, you're switching up. You don't get a chance to be the player you want to be. So absolutely, and that's why again, praise. I just say I think this is great for these players to get that consistency. So Coastal, though, they'll be looking for it, because only one goal behind, but they are at match point. Brent,
yeah, off to a good start. Unfortunately, aerial attempted by Coastal Esports, and I mean, that is the best way to improve, to just go for it sometimes. Unfortunately, it was a miss and led to an open net, but really there is no way to get better at those aerials than just attempting it, and if you miss, you miss. It'll happen less in the future.
I think it's just great that we have Acid of Flamosaurus, like an acid dinosaur, Acid of Flamosaurus, mixed with on the same team as Brent. Like, I want
the most over the top name, and then Buddy just put down his government ID.
I just love the juxtaposition. It's great. It's great to me. But here it is, Brisk again. Brisk has been a key playmaker for the team. So Brisk, keep it up. You've been doing a good job with your ability to set up your teammates, and that allows Coastal to get on the board. And Brisk, I think, has been a big part of allowing his teammates to have those opportunities. So keep it up. Keep being selfless. Keep thinking of your teammates.
My.
And I don't think Mr. Gamer Pone was expecting to get a goal there, because it went off of one of his opponents at 100 million kilometers an hour.
That is unsavable. I mean, there is absolutely nothing you can do about that. Gamer Pone stepping up huge.
Hey, you said you wanted to get him involved. Yeah, there he is. So good, making his own opponents score on their own net.
That is a sign of mastery, using your opponents against themselves.
Jedi mastery. I like it. Hey, they're in the lead now, and this is the scoreline we saw before, and it stayed at 2-1, but in favor of Dumpy Chumps before. Now Coastal's got it, but there's 2.5 minutes left. And goals like that happening, you got to keep your head on a swivel. Keep on your toes, because they could be coming from anywhere.
I want to see a few more flip resets. Oh, Actually, almost getting the pre-flip there on net. It just went a little too high.
All right. Who's going to be the one to go? If one of these players have the Twitch stream open right now, I know one of you do. Go for a flip. I want to see you try it. Let's see the flip reset. I don't care if you fail. I just want to see it.
I think Brisk goes for it.
You think Brisk has been pretty grounded?
Oh, I don't. They've been pretty clutch. I think they have the potential within them. I think they're just playing safe right now.
I mean, I won't blame you if you missed a flip reset. I probably missed them.
I've yet to hit one
as well. I've hit one. It wasn't pretty. It was on purpose, but it was not pretty. Like I would not put it in a highlight reel.
No montage yet.
It was like I got to like 2 feet off the ground before I ended up hitting it. And,
oh my goodness!
One of those. Yeah, no montage yet.
Reminds me of the old clips I used to take in Rocket League. I was so proud of this aerial back in the day. I go and watch it 4 years later, and I've used like 100 boosts to get 2 feet off the ground and put it in an empty net. And it's like, why did I clip this? Was I doing this back then? What was that?
I gotta tell you, I found an old montage of mine that that I put together about 6 months after the game launched. And the goals are all better than the ones I score now.
No, no, say it ain't so.
Well, yeah, I mean, considering I don't score goals anymore, yeah.
Defense has actually gotten so much better as the game's gone on. It's so much harder to score now.
It is. I mean, like, even at these ranks, I mean, like, you're still seeing, without a lot of aerial play, you're still seeing players get stronger at getting in the way. That's why I said at the beginning, I thought I was looking at some champ making decisions, because I was seeing some reads or some pre-jumps from these players in this matchup that generally take a bit more comfortability in your mechanics to be able to start thinking that way.
Yeah, I was actually really impressed with that aerial from Mr. Gamer, and Arum with the empty net opting to place it top left perfectly. I could not place that any better for a third goal now. 3-1 Coastal, tying things up. Their backs were against the wall here. Kickoff goal. Oh, what a save by Brisk.
Yeah, it was close, but it does look like we're going to have Coastal taking game number 2, which puts us into a game 3 situation. Both teams at match point, which a few people would say is now a best of 1.
People would say that, Leaf. Interesting you bring that up. Thank you. It is now a best of 1. I'm sure the viewers are thankful for you bringing that up. Leaf, they would not have figured that out on their own. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. This is it's great.
Oh,
so we're I don't know productions, just so you guys know, productions like, did we change anything? We're joking, inside memes and jokes, but essentially becomes it now. I need to not know. All right, I didn't know. So Coastal and Dumpy Chubs now, the pressure's on in a casual match. That they now have to just win. One of the teams, one of them are going to win. That's what's going to happen. I'm predicting it.
Yeah. That I can't argue with that, Leaf. That is spot on. One of these teams is gonna have to win. Right now,
yep.
I mean, if I have to give it to someone,
let's drag out saying nothing for the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, let's just try and fill with absolutely nothing.
We're so far successful.
Coin, I mean, you're a pro at it. I'm just trying to learn here.
Yeah, talking about nothing and talking about nothing, where it still sounds like you're saying something new, is a difficult skill.
Oh, 100%.
But we have done it. We have successfully just done it for 30 seconds. I just want to let you know.
That is impressive. I would like the chat to really take notice of that and appreciate that.
Thanks for being a part of that with me, dude.
Oh, my pleasure.
Production thinks they're great at talking about nothing too. Aren't we all? Game number 3, Dumpy Chubs and Coastal ESports are at it again. Again, both teams looking like they're having fun. They look like,
yeah, they do look like they're having fun, Leaf. That is a salient point. 30 seconds in now. Rough aerial. Oh, it is a bit of a back pass though. Double commit and not punished. It's just going off the side. Well, both these teams, once again, it's a best of 1. They don't want to commit too much either way. No.
Yeah.
Aerial ball both ways. Oh,
I guess I'm here.
welcome back.
So I guess I was gone. I didn't realize I hadn't gone anywhere, but I guess I was gone. All right.
Oh.
Yeah, this is 1 minute gone by and nobody scored.
It happens.
It's getting intense.
Yeah, bit of a boost game going on right now. Tempted stealing in the corner. And a good save by Gamer, throwing that off to the side. Brisk could get a big clear here. It is an awkward bounce. They chip it along the sidewalk, go for the aerial. Can they get it centered, though? That has been plaguing this team. Passes the first defender, but the second is in a good spot to follow through.
Oh, no way! Adum.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is great. Adum just kind of floats down on top of it. Great dunk. He gets that follow up. I don't know if he tried to, but he was in the right place at the right time, and that cranks home there for Coastal.
Sometimes you just got to get your car in the face of your opponents, and whatever happens, happens. Fortunately for Adum, Brent not making contact with the ball, and they're able to just tap it home. This could be dangerous. It's all Brent. Oh no, gonna want that one back. Empty net, passed aside, with now 3 minutes left on the clock.
Brent did his darndest.
Tried his best.
But in the end, it didn't even matter. Well, I didn't even start with tried, so okay. I pulled that out at the wrong time.
Oh my goodness. All right, half the game left. Crucial demolition. This could be big. Acid of Flamosaurus. That is not a mouthful at all.
I said a Flamosaurus.
You're a pro at that.
I just blend letters together and then people call it casting. That's how you get to the RLCS.
That's how you do it. I'm taking notes now.
Yeah, no, this will be Dumpy Chubs, dude, with playing from behind. You know, I think if they can just stay a little spread out, they should have a chance. But they got to watch over Brisk. He's been setting up a lot of good plays.
Yeah, Brisk almost having another bit of a doink over to the net. It was challenged out, and that is a fantastic demo to give Brisk all the time and space with the ball they need, and a great center. Is this guy Smurfing? Who is this?
Is Brisk? I know.
Yeah.
He's been setting up plays, but you see again a lack of aerial game from a lot of times.
Yeah.
From Brisk.
Oh,
as he goes up.
Excuse you? Apologize to him right now.
He actually has our broadcast stream open that we're casting. Like he can hear us live.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I'm going up then, I guess. Brisk.
Oh my.
Not only a playmaker, but a play finisher.
Good pace on that as well. It wasn't one of those almost lobs of an aerial where you're just boosting straight up and floating. He was going with momentum. Brisk again, getting the save on the goal line, slamming that downfield. Please, I just want to see the flip reset, Brisk. I've been waiting for it.
Yeah, come on, Brisk. We know you're listening now. We saw what you just did there. We know you're listening. Flip reset.
Oh. Off the post and a rough bounce. There, Brisk once again with the aerial.
They're starting to speed up, and that's it's not looking good for Dumpy Jumps.
No.
We see the speed starting to ramp, and once you start giving a team a bit of momentum, they're going to start rolling with it, and they're going to feel like they have a lot more space, which means they're going to get riskier, which means they're going to get faster and faster.
And you can see the boost amounts over on Dumpy Chubs quite low right now. Triple Happy's been on 0 for quite a while. I want to see, I mean, obviously I'm asking a lot here. It's a casual league, but I would like to see Brent sit with that ball for just a little bit longer, bait in the defense and not just drive into it and send it downfield.
I'd agree, but I'm not gonna lie. I didn't hear a single thing you just said.
Okay, no, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
I was trying. I was looking at the cars again. The car design.
Oh, Brisk. No follow-up from Dumpy Chubs. You guys were down by 2. You gotta get there. And now with time out, the series over, Coastal ESports taking it 2-1.
Yeah, there it is. Coastal. When they were down at the beginning, they pull it back. I think that was a reverse sweep for them, was it? Or did Dumpy take game 2? No, Dumpy took game 1 because I was excited, I think.
Right, yeah, Dumpy taking game 1. Coming out strong.
But the reverse sweep, and we've seen that already today, where the team that ends up winning is the team that was looking really down at the beginning. And they end up pulling it back. And I think part of that can be explained just to, again, nervousness, hesitation to move forward, not knowing what your opponent's going to do, but adaptation and your ability to adjust your play going into the next few games is the key essential skill to being a team.
Yeah, and it's so difficult. I can't overstate it enough. Mm-hmm. Being able to change your plan mid-game based on what your opponent is doing so well, that is an incredibly difficult thing to do. You know, as we were talking about solo queuing through ranked, players often have just kind of their one thing they want to do when the key to winning is being able to adapt and adjust to what your teammates are doing. You know, that's not the case in a team environment like this, but you still have to adapt and take a look at what your opponents are doing and see what you can do better to exploit any of their weaknesses or patch any gaps that they're making use of. And I mean, it is such a difficult thing to realize, especially because as a player, you don't have that overhead kind of calm look at the game. You're already focused on what you're doing in the moment. It is so much harder to do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It is when you're in the zone, and this is where coaches come in. Yeah. I mean, this is the importance of a coach, is having that third perspective, or third person perspective, technically a fourth person perspective. But they can look in and say, hey guys, I'm looking at this from the outside, and this is what the bigger picture looks like. I know you're focused on an individual thing here, but this is what it all looks like. And you can have that person reset. But in a situation like this, they're by themselves out there, and they're there to figure it out on their own or with each other. Sometimes it's good to look at your teammates and say, hey, I see the bigger picture of what you're doing. This is what it feels like. Let's try to make that change. But in a series, hard to do. Really hard to do. Yeah, very hard to adjust. But we did see Coastal be the team that was able to do all of that. So we're going to go to a break in a second, but first, shout out, of course, to the people that make this possible. It's the people behind Jinx, Best Buy, Adamus, Turtle Beach, and of course, Northern Arena, helping put this all together here. So thank you guys for watching and joining us. Dude with the Nose and myself, Leafex, will be back in just a few moments for our last competitive match. So don't go anywhere.